Good morning. I'm meteorologist Jenn Harcher. I'm coming to you live from the Dick Goddard Weather Center here in Cleveland, Ohio, with your northeastern Ohio forecast. Happy weekend, first of all. Second of all, leave the sunglasses behind. We're not going to see any kind of sunshine. Cloudy conditions today, snowy conditions tomorrow. So let's get right to the forecast for you. Here's your weekend forecast. Our temperatures headed in the mid-30s both day, which is actually typical of this time of year. Cloudy today. A few breaks of sun might happen in our far southwestern communities, but I'm really not expecting it. And then snow tomorrow, widespread 1 to 3, 3 being on the isolated side. So a lot of us will get readings of about 1 or 2 inches with this. And I'll show you coming up on a future cast here. Here's your 8-hour forecast, and what you see is what you get. Lots of clouds out there right now. That's going to continue through the day today. Temperatures started off this morning right around freezing. We're headed into the mid-30s this afternoon. Right now, we're in the low 30s. It's 33, Cleveland, Akron, Canton, freezing in Youngstown, 31 in Mansfield. I'm still seeing a couple flurries flying out on the east side. Again, flurry action, and that should be wrapping up the rest of this morning. Lots of cloud cover though. We're socked in the clouds the whole entire Buckeye State. We're seeing some clearing well to the west of us over towards St. Louis. That's not going to reach us until once we reach sundown. So I mean, we're looking at while you're sleeping, and then clouds will quickly increase beyond that because we've got this system that we're tracking. It's an area of low pressure right now situated over parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. This will move to the east, follow along that stationary front. So it'll pass us to the south. It'll be in West Virginia by tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to be on the snow side of things. Right now, no winter watches, warnings, or advisory have been issued for our area. But you see winter weather advisories off to the west of us in blue. Closest to us would be northern Missouri. So let me take you hour by hour. Mike, I agree with you. Back to the 50s. That was such a beautiful day. On Thursday, we had highs in the upper 50s that afternoon. All right, not the case, and I'm not seeing that in the near future. In fact, I do not have 50s or 40s really in the 8-day forecast. So here's your hour by hour, lots of clouds around. You can see it kind of starting to thin out here after 5 o'clock in our southern communities. Again, that's short-lived. Waking up tomorrow morning, lots of clouds around. We'll be tracking snow showers in our western counties at this point. So this will move in from the west, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, widespread snow across our area with bursts of more moderate snow from time to time. So watch out for reduced visibilities and also some slick spots. This will be a wet snow with temperatures in the mid 30s, so not the light fluffy stuff. As we look ahead here, by 7 o'clock, really wrapping up. We'll have some scattered snow showers lingering in our far eastern communities. Then that out, and then a burst of snow here early Monday morning. A trough will be moving in over the lake, and that's going to kick up some lake effect for our area. That should wind down by 10, 11 o'clock on Monday. So Monday, we start to dry out, and we'll likely see a break in some of that overcast, but that's going to be short-lived as well. We'll be tracking another system. So how much snow are we going to get out of this? Nothing that we can't handle here in Northeast Ohio, that's for sure. General amounts will be 1 to 2 inches. You go to our far northwestern areas, up to 1 inch possible. So there will be some locations, Sandusky, Port Clinton, Fremont, where we get like a half an inch, traced to a half an inch. So up to 1 inch in your area. Cleveland, Medina, Worcester, Akron, Chardon, Ravenna, right around 1 to 2 inches, and then you go far east, southeast, maybe upwards of 3. Again, 3 inches will be pushing it, where we could get that 3-inch total when we factor in the lake effect behind that. Again, we're looking at an additional trace to 2 inches possible with lake effect behind the system. So looking ahead here on Futurecast, here it is. You can see it, mainly snow event for us, and by 8 o'clock, it's going to be wrapping up, at least the system snow. Then we'll be tracking lake effect snow showers Monday morning. We wind down with that system, and then hot on its heels, this is middle of the week, and this one's going to have several layers to it. We'll likely start off with snow, changing over to a wintry mix, and there will be at times here late Wednesday into Wednesday night where it'll be a period of just all rain. That'll exit, colder air will move in, we'll likely go back to a mix and then over to all snow. We'll be tracking that on Thursday, and that'll transition over to lake effect snow as we head into Friday. So again, nothing that we can't handle here, just a little snow for us tomorrow, 1 to 2 inches generally. Now the track duration, everything with this midweek storm will definitely change and likely will as it comes together. So stay tuned for the latest on it, because this one has the ability to possibly produce several inches of snow for our area. When I say several, I'm talking over 3 inches of snow. So we'll be watching that closely. Again, we still have several days ahead of it to forecast, and that rainy window will definitely play a big role in our snowfall forecast. So speaking of snowfall, I find this graphic interesting because since October here in Cleveland, we had just over 9 inches. We should have 9 inches of snow for the month so far. So we are definitely at a big deficit here this winter. We're looking at almost 20-inch deficit here in Cleveland, almost a foot deficit in the Akron-Canton area, and a 16-inch deficit in Mansfield. So we need the snow. Will these two systems bring a big chunk out of that down? We'll see on Wednesday, but 1 to 2 is not going to really break the bank here. 36 degrees today, flurries, otherwise just lots of clouds, mostly cloudy tonight. Temperatures back into the upper 20s, and then tomorrow, mid-30s, 1 to 3, again, 3 being on the high side. Those will be your isolated amounts. And then looking ahead here, we've got lake effect early Monday. Tuesday, we're back up to almost near 40. We're in the upper 30s. We'll likely be back into the upper 30s on Wednesday. Again, snow, mix, rain, back over to snow. That's when we're going to be watching closely. And by the end of the week, our temperatures will hover right at freezing or just above. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead of you. And again, I'm sure I'll be on here tomorrow in between our 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. show. So have a good weekend, and I will see you again tomorrow.